What is up, Card Breaker Nation? How are we doing tonight? We have an action-packed show. We officially have our first guest. Shout out Sal. How are you doing tonight, Sal?
Hey man, good to be here.
I love
Known you
it.
guys for a while now, so it's nice.
Tom, Danny, how are we doing? I see Danny's all decked out in the Cowboys gear. We had the Cowboys game just kicked off, if I'm not mistaken.
Hopefully we can keep him focused long enough to actually pay attention to what we're talking about with the game still on. So
I don't know if we can keep him focused in general, so we'll see.
that's true. That's
I
very
will
true.
try my best.
Oh man. Yeah, we're just chilling over here, man. Don Rush dropped. We got first third case full already. We're already on halfway through second case. Got some big baseball mixers up. Sal loves baseball right now. He's a little rough patch, but we got him through it yesterday. Man is super psyched. Got his Corbin auto. We've got hoops up as well too. Quarter case of hoops. About halfway full on that one too, Nation. So if you're not part of the Nation, scrolling down at the bottom, man. Come join the group. Come jump in some breaks with us, man, Nation. All breaks are available on the website too, card-breakers.com. So hit us up, Nation. But let's get into it, Gilly, man. What we got today? Got some big news.
Uh, yeah, we got some big news. eBay. Oh wow, yeah, we got this up. Yeah, eBay bought out COMC, and I have the wrong notes up. Oh my god. Yeah, so COMC is this really big group on eBay. They're called Check Out My Collectibles. They actually sell like a lot of singles and stuff like that. I actually bought Danny a Walt Frazier off of there about like 2 weeks ago. So it's actually kind of funny that eBay bought them out. So here's the official thing. They announced a commercial agreement slash investment in them, otherwise known as Check Out My Collectibles. The two companies said to have agreed upon this deal for the following reason: to accelerate the growth of the trading card hobby. On Check Out My Collectibles side, they said the following on Wednesday. They said they want to accelerate the growth of the trading card hobby. And they said with nearly 300 employees and over 100 million trading cards under management, they offer customers premium service and maximum ease to collect online. With their innovative buy now, ship later models, allows customers to collect over time while minimizing shipping costs. So basically, what COMC does, they do what eBay does with like the eBay Vault, where you can buy multiple cards at one time and then you just pay one-time shipping fees, so you're not getting killed on shipping fees. I personally think this is a pretty good move for the hobby, and just if I'm buying three or four cards off of there, I'd rather just pay one flat shipping rate as opposed to $3 or $4 each time. It adds up quick.
For sure. I mean, eBay's already a juggernaut, as we already know. They're big. Hopefully getting back on eBay for breaks for us as well, too, in the process of getting that done. But yeah, man, these guys are always going to be expanding. If they could swallow up somebody and take a piece of their profits and keep running with it, they're going to do it, especially on something that they, kind of understand the whole world, as far as sports collectibles and all that kind of stuff. And anytime they can extend their reach and get a little bit more control over some of these big deals, it's mutually and financially beneficial for all parties on that one. So I definitely think it's cool, man. eBay, I like y'all, man. You're making things happen. How you making things happen? What do you think, Sal?
Yeah, definitely, man. eBay is a big monster out there, so anything that they do, I think is going to be successful. And if it's to draw more people and into the card collecting and into this great hobby that we love, man, to me, that is a great move, and I love it.
So what about you, Danish? What do you think, brother? Danish approves.
Danny got no words right now. That's how much he approves. He's speechless,
picking up
man.
where we
He's
left off on the last
speechless.
show.
Yeah, we missed Danny on the last show. Danny, he wanted to lay in bed instead of being in the podcast, but that's neither here or there. I just want to put him a little bit on blast, just to mess with him a little bit. All right, so going right into the second topic, Archie Manning's first Panini instant card for his college debut dropped today via the Panini website with an autograph option. The autograph sold out within minutes. They've already been claimed. I think they only did the out of 10 and they did a 1 of 1. The out of 10 was for $499.99 and the black was for $999.99. You can still buy the base for $10. the Versi color out of 5 for $99 and the black 101 for the 5.99, which were on the base, they sold out as well. So, I mean, if you're just going to be a big Archie Manning PC guy, I feel like this is probably like a cool card for you. I don't know if you're going to see like a big boost if you grade the card from $10. Maybe it could be like a $40, $50 so I would get a PSA 10 on there, but it's definitely cool. And Archie Manning, it's going to be interesting to see with him in college because I think I heard something about Quinn Ewers going back to Texas. So we're going to see if Archie enters the transfer portal, tries to get some time in. This kid's hype is just unbelievable right now. So what do you guys think?
You go first, Sal. What do you think of Arts, man? I haven't seen too much of him, but I mean, he's got a lot of name to live up to.
Manny,
That's
we're
for
talking
sure.
about this young new kid or old Manny?
No,
We're talking about
Arch,
the young
his
one.
son.
We're talking about his son. We're talking about Cooper's
Okay.
son.
You know what? I like that it's already been, up there in price. That's always a good thing. I just wish that the prices when they start like right now, $1,000 for a card. I just wish it would stay about the same all the time, because there's a lot of old players that I've got collections that I at one time said I want to make this an investment. I said, hey, I'm not going to do any other thing, just invest in cards. And turns out that a lot of the stuff that I've got is worthless unless you've got those three major players, But I just wish everything would stay pretty evenly throughout the playing field, But I'm okay with a kid having a $1,000 card, and the only thing is that hopefully he doesn't pull a Zach Wilson or what's our guy there in Mac Daddy
Oh,
Jones.
Mag Daddy, Jesus. Yeah, we knew that kid that actually pulled that $100,000 card. That was a wild time in the card game. That was insane. That
Yeah,
was
so
COVID definitely did a number on the hobby. That was for sure. It was very, very good. And then, yeah.
Yeah, what's your opinion on that, Tom? What's your opinion on Arch Manning?
Um, I haven't really seen much of him play. I mean, the name is going to carry hype regardless, so I think people are going to expect a lot. Being a $500 to $1,000 cards, and the kid's not even in college yet, you are taking a little bit of a risk. But again, this is his first card. You're like, I got the very first one. This is, like the Bowman draft of Panini products with football. They're trying to slip him into stuff like Immaculate Collegiate and stuff like that as well, because what they're dealing with Fanatics and the Stroud and all that other stuff that they're dealing with now. They're looking for those avenues. So I like that they're trying to get him out, get him into the market. I just hope they're not overhyping him. I hope that again this guy hits school and hits college in stride and has a great couple of seasons and ends up making it to the draft and ends up making it to the NFL and doing really well in the NFL like his family. So, all of them, uncle, dad, grandpa, all those guys are absolute monsters, some of the greatest that have ever played the game. So, it's like like if you're Michael Jordan's son, there's a lot of hype about him joining the NBA, and it's
Oh,
like,
Marcus sucked. He was so bad.
yeah, and it's like, is he
Marcus
gonna
was
make it?
trash.
Yeah, exactly. So, if they would have tried some stuff like that, you would have been, stuck there, hold your hand, and you're like, "Ah, crap, I spent all this money on this card, and this guy's not even gonna play in the NFL." So, and he dropped it. Did he drop
I
it?
think he'll end up just based off of the name. Even if he has like a dud of a college career, he'll make it in there. Just
Yeah,
has to
for
have the
sure.
right opportunity. I've seen a little bit of his high school film. I've seen a little bit of his high school film, but you can really take high school film with a grain of salt because you don't delete.
Danny's happy now. It's a 10-7 game.
I mean, even though the percentage of kids being as great as their fathers, it's not that high. They're counted. Look at Magic Johnson's son. It's you know it's it's not always. I mean, it's very rare, Peyton, was one of the ones that did, but they don't all pan out to be like Pops.
Yeah, Eli wasn't as good as Pops either. I'm
Yeah.
we'll stab
You know,
the
I still a
guilty there.
first ballot Hall of Famer, but that's neither here or there. So you got Brady twice. That's all I got to say. He's still a first ballot Hall of Famer in my eyes. Always will be. So yeah. What has Dak Prescott done, Danny?
No.
I'm saying, what has Dak Prescott done? I thought we were talking about smack about my boy Eli.
He's up right now. If you haven't noticed, so
Things a little bit low on my end, so it's kind of hard to hear him. I'm not gonna lie.
That's a Giants fan,
All right. We're on a 2-game winning streak. Calm down. We got Tommy Cutlets.
Everybody relax. The Giants are on a 2-game winning streak. Everybody relax. The Cutlets.
Yeah, no.
All right. So the next topic, this is on the darker side of the hobby, and I don't like talking about stuff like this, but this is something that I personally want to shed a light on, because the sooner these guys are caught, the sooner that everyone can get their stuff back. 2 people have broken into Clay's Cards in Lima, Ohio. This was on November 28th. And they have apparently robbed 4 different card shops in the past week. It's just stuff like that. It's like, dude, just get a job at McDonald's or something, man. It's like, make an honest living. Like, why are you just like robbing these people? It's just not right. It's just not right to me. I really have like no comment on it other than I just like, it's just fucked up. And Tom, I know you're from Ohio, so you have a better idea of on how the Ohioans act.
Not normal for regular Ohio. Remember, usually quiet. People 90% of the United States doesn't even know Ohio exists. So, that means we're quiet. So, but yeah, man, like of all the stuff you're gonna go rob, why are you gonna rob a hobby shop? Now you gotta rip the boxes open. You gotta sell the cards. Like, bro, you're stupid. If you're gonna go rob something, don't do it. But go do something real. Don't be a little baby and freaking be like, I'm gonna go rob a card shop. Like, bro, these guys work really hard. Especially these card shop guys, man.
These LCS people work very hard.
The hell that these guys are put through on a daily basis, as far as getting allocations and keeping allocations and being able to get enough product to supply their customers in general. My boy Bob over here in Howell, phenomenal guy, man. But this guy looks like they beat him up every day. Like 2017 National Treasures, the guy was getting 10 to 15 cases, and he ended up with 3-4 extra cases, threw them in his storage unit, and was like, I'll keep these for whatever. Now he's going to be a millionaire when he finally retires. But, now it's like Topps Gilded, for instance. This guy has a massive Topps account, didn't get a single case. They didn't give him a single case on his allocation. National Treasures Football, I think he got 2 cases for 2022. Like, you're making it hard for these guys to run their business, and it's the distributors trying to be extremely greedy. They're like, well, I don't want to sell it to you at allocation pricing. I'd rather sell it to you at secondary market pricing. So let me just pretend I don't have any more. I'll give you your 1 case so that you keep buying from me, but I'm going to make you buy the next 4 cases at 4 times the price or 3 times the price. It's horrible. And then, like, for this guy to have to wake up the next morning, show up to his store, and the windows are busted in, and half his merchandise is missing. A lot of these guys may never recover. Hopefully insurance will help cover it. But now when you start getting into sports cards, it's all about assumed value and all this other stuff. Like, if you don't have it all perfectly categorized and all that stuff, he might get lucky. He might get lucky to get 25-30% of what he actually had stolen back. In an insurance claim. And then that's hell. You get 6 months or a year. This guy might have to go through this. He may end up just closing his doors because he can't recover. So if you're watching this thing and you robbed one of these places, man, take the stuff back, dude. Come on. Go get a real job, man. Like we do. Go start a card breaking page, but buy your boxes and do it like everybody else. All right. What about you, Sal? I know you've been in the game for a while, man. I know you've probably seen some crazy up and downs and some crazy things across the hobby since you've been in it too. So
they hit a couple of places here also here in Arizona. yeah, these guys are definitely losers, right? That pull this stuff, but uh, I do not that I blame the store, but I think just like a jewelry store, the jeweler is going to close up. They put all the jewelry away in the safe, and some of the places around here, looks like the guys were going in scoping out where the expensive cards were at, and they went straight to that to that counter. So I just think they ought to protect themselves a little and put everything in the safe. I mean, because to me, I see the value in cars just like I do in jewelry or gold. They're worth something to me. Maybe to somebody else a Pandora bracelet means something to me. A Brock Purdy auto, is everything. So just
totally understand that.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I totally see what you're saying on there. Not to get off topic, but Matt Garcia said, I hope Arch sits behind Ewers for one more year coming to the SEC. Sarkin development and even more said, yeah, no, I get you. The SEC is definitely a bloodbath. Yeah, SEC is a bloodbath. SEC is a bloodbath, and all I gotta say is this: shout out Jaden Daniels for LSU. I want that dude to be the Giants quarterback so goddamn badly. I want Jaden Daniels to be a Giant. Yeah, he's a little bit skinny. Get like 10, 15 pounds on his frame. Get him with Dable. Dable made Josh Allen look elite. Hopefully, we can get Jaden Daniels. That'd be cool. We're winning some games right now, but who knows? I think Jaden's going to be like one of those guys who goes up on the draft boards like Anthony Richardson.
Yeah, and I think it's smart too because I mean, not everybody can be Tommy DeVito. You can't just throw everybody into an NFL game and expect them to do well.
Hey, Tommy Cutlets, say I'm walking. Yeah. No, I get you.
Who was that? Matthew Garcia, the one that asked about Arch. Oh, he's the one that hit Brandon Ayuk.
He's the one that hit the Brandon Ayuk. Yep.
He was after a Purdy, So maybe we'll talk to Matthew, and maybe I'll trade him a Purdy for that. For that
Matty G. Let's go.
All right, yeah, Matt, if you're still watching, definitely hit up Sal.
Because I've got several, and Ayuk. I don't believe I have that one.
Out of 10 out of National Treasures, heck yeah. Man.
What was your favorite Purdy that we pulled for you?
You know what, my friend? Since I've been with you guys, this was before you all had beards, and I'm talking on the face. I don't know you since childbirth, and you guys, I probably have gotten a total of probably 15 to 18 autos of Trey Lance. So I've got all those still here and for sale. And Brock Purdy's, I think I'm around at 12 to 15 of them.
Yeah, I know when freaking what was that Optic Contenders was out, bro. You were on an absolute spear of that and Prism. I remember you hit like 4 in a week once. That was wild.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's been good.
For sure. Yeah, no, Sal, big OG of the Cardbreaker Nation, great guy. Love that man. So the DMs he sends me, I sit there and I probably crack up for a solid 5 minutes. This is one of the funniest dudes I know. I swear to God. My God. Yeah, no, he's nuts. I love it. Yeah, but on to our next topic, and this is a very interesting topic. There is currently an SGC3 1914 Babe Ruth card on auction at Robert Edwards. And this card has already been bid up to $6.9 million. There are 3 days left. And right now, this is the 3rd most expensive card of all time. And the other cards was a 1909 T206 Honus Wagner at $7.25 million and a mint condition 52 manual at 12.6. For something so rare, do we think this card is going to pass the Mick? I think we're going to pass the Honus. The Mick, I don't know if we're passing Mick. We might. It's possible because honestly, this card that is up right now, I personally have never seen it. It is something so unique, but it's Babe Ruth. I'm not down the Bambino. I am not down the Bambino.
Yeah, this was one of those ones that was out of the newspaper or something like that, right?
The Baltimore News, the
Yeah.
1914 issue of the Baltimore News.
So yeah, you have to look at like just the rarity of that card. Like how many people kept their newspapers, especially when you're talking 110 years ago from now. So yeah, bro, there's probably not another one out there, and that's probably a true one of one survivor kind of situation. So do I think it passes the 12 million mark? No, not as an SGC3, but will it beat the Honus at 7.25? Probably. I mean, this is the babe. This is the Bambino. I could see this hitting somewhere in the mid eights, maybe 9, but
I think
still,
we're in the
bro.
10.
You think we're getting a 10? Nice little
Bambino, yeah, I think we're getting 10.
internal bet. Internal bet again.
I think 10. Oh yeah, Danny, I haven't been down in Jersey, but you still owe me that Evan Ingram card, bro.
I got my mic plugged in so they can hear you now.
Okay. All right, we're all good here. All right. Sorry, folks. Yeah.
Danny, do we think the great Bambino is going to beat Mickey?
Not Nick, man. Not Nick. Not a perfect 10, Nick. No way. No way.
Well, the Mick was a
So,
9,
what do you
wasn't it?
think?
Or was it a 10? The one that hit the 12. I think it was
It
a
said
9,
mint.
right?
I thought it's
The information I got was mint, so I'm not entirely too sure on that grade, to be completely honest with you.
Oh, okay. I thought it was a 10, but
So, what do you think?
Yeah.
Do you think we're going to beat the great Mick?
Yeah, I think I'm with you. I think the Bambino is going to be and I hate to disagree with my friend Nick Brooks. He's on here. He thinks Mickey Mantle is definitely a good one, but I do think it's going to hit.
You're talking to Nick. Shout out to Nick Brooks. I haven't seen him in a break in a while. That's a good guy right there.
Yeah, there he is commenting right now, man. He's our bud. He's an OG.
Oh yeah, just
like all of us, man. He was here from the beginning.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
he has been. Shout out Nick Brooks. Nothing but love for Nick Brooks. He said, I think he'll go to the top spot. I think his season it's 7 digits. So it's gonna be close. It's gonna be close.
I'm with you, Nick. I think it hits 9,650 is my guess. 9,650.
I think it goes over just 10.
All right.
I think slightly over 10.
The room is split here. What about you, Danny? You think it's breaking 10 million? The Babe Ruth SGC3?
I think what you said, call like 9.5. Somewhere around.
I think 10-2.
All right.
I'm thinking 10-2.
Beat up, man. It looks like it was in a Cracker Jack box or something.
It probably was.
Well, you got to see the hell that card went through, being in a newspaper from, you're talking about that stuff got printed, thrown in the back of a horse-drawn buggy, drugged to wherever it had to go in Baltimore, thrown on the curb, given to the distributor. People, here to hear all about it. Babe Ruth card, selling them out. The hell that card probably went through before it even got in somebody's hands. It's probably an SGC 7 by the time somebody actually even touched it.
I feel that.
Yeah.
All right, so we are going to go into new releases. For new releases, we have Donruss, which is dropping tomorrow. They dropped a new case hit in Donruss, which is Unbreakables, which is a pretty cool case hit. I was looking at the checklist myself. There's a lot of teams that have a healthy amount of downtowns and all that stuff, and there's some teams that have none. I know that the Raiders have 4 downtowns. They have those downtowns, the Super Bowl downtowns, but there's a new one, which are the international downtowns. Not too sure what those are going to entail. I haven't seen any of them pop up on eBay, but it's going to be interesting to say the least. And then for our second release, this is only exclusive to Card Breakers. We have our Card Breakers Light Hit Parades. We get 5 cases in per time, 10 hits, each case, 50 cards. They're straight bangers each time. So as opposed to our regular hit parades, these are the lighter versions, which have a lower floor and a lower ceiling. This is just a way for more people to get into the breaks and just pull some sick cards, honestly.
Yeah, man. The desire for these have been astounding, to say the least.
Yeah,
got him in house yesterday. We're already through 3 cases. We're on to our 4th already on the page. Some really, really sick case hits. We're gonna go over 1 or 2 of them here in the hits of the week recap. But yeah, man, we wanted to bring something to the nation that was a little bit more of a kind of like an obtainable price point, something that we could run random teams on and be somewhere around that $50 to $70 mark per spot. And it really, if you hit out of the 10 cards, you're happy. You're walking home. No matter what it is, you're probably covering your spot regardless. I think the floor's 50 to 60, ceiling being about 500 to 600. It's a $200 box, the $175, $200 box retail. So with that being said, I mean, it's been phenomenal, man. And then Donruss on the flippity flip. It's your first shot at Downtown's Nation. Like this is what the hobby's about, is some of these case hits. And Danny Danish is still holding his Zach Wilson downtown to his chest. Loves that card. Just wishes he would have sold it the second he hit it, but he did not.
I told him to.
Now he's paying the price, both literally and figuratively. But man, yeah, I like it too.
That's a topic I don't want to.
He doesn't want to talk about it. Oh man, and then freaking
we got a couple of comments right now. Nick said thinking high 8-9 on the Babe. Yeah, like I said, I think it's gonna go right over. Todd said, "What's up?" Todd the Bod getting a sick ass Lamar in the hit parade lights.
3 out of 3. Todd. Yeah, man.
Todd, we gotta get you on the podcast too, bro. You're next guest. Todd, you gotta be on the podcast too, bro. For sure.
On those hit parade lights, man. I mean, you guys made a real good move with that, man. I love them. I mean, like you said, the price point, and it makes it fun because the random, where you're trying to trade stuff around, and if you hit, it's. I don't know if you guys noticed, but from the first case, I didn't see one team repeat. If you pay attention on all 3 cases, I haven't seen one case repeat. So at least 12 of the 32 teams got an auto. So, yeah. I mean, almost half of everybody that joined the break got something, So I paid attention on that, and those 3 hits, man, haven't repeated, man. It's all been one of every team except the Bears and the Panthers, bro. Which I got this last time.
Sal's not even in case 4.
They definitely threw a Fields in there. No, they definitely threw a.
Sal's not in case 4, but the Cowboys are up for trade. Just so you know. Yep. So.
Cowboys always up for trade. Yeah, Todd, it is the Sal. It is the Sal himself.
What's up, Bod?
My buddy Rona time.
The Bod, Rona time. Not COVID, but Rona time, baby.
Yes, sir. Corona. Yes, sir. Like the beard, not the virus, man. Don't want people out there judging me, bro.
You got to grow a beard with us, man. Come on.
Hey, I'm going to have to, man. It's like, man, nobody told me it was a beard convention going on.
Oh, man. Wow, that's great. All right, so we are going to go into our players that we are talking about this week, whether you should buy, sell, or hold. The first one, very interesting one, I'm going to say. Justin Herbert. His 2020 Silver Prism PSA 10, which has a pop of 180, in the last 6 months has gone down 31.82% over 20 sales. The average in that time frame has been 1607.18. The low has been 1125. The current price is actually at 1125. The high price in this time has been 3400, actually 34.9999 to be exact. He has thrown for 26 yards with 20 touchdowns and 6 picks on 66% completion. He also has 233 rushing yards with 3 touchdowns and 4 fumbles, but he's not known for his running ability. For Herbert, he got to buy on a dip. They're going to fire Brandon Staley eventually. This dude, Brandon Staley, is so shit. He is such a bad coach. I just trust Justin Herbert's ability to throw the ball, go through his progressions and all that. Anything Justin Herbert on a dip, I'm not talking about this specific card in general. Any Justin Herbert dip, me personally, I'm buying for the upside.
I don't hate it. I mean, you got to look at Herbert. Herbert was a COVID baby. Like that was the
He was him,
absolute
LaMelo, Burrow.
top of the market.
I agree, Todd.
Your
Buy him.
regular. I remember when we started out in 2020, man. Blasters of Prism, $30 at Target, $120 on the secondary market. People grouping up in like groups of 50, just camping out at Walmart and Target, buying it all up, putting it on the secondary market, and people were eating it up. You're sitting at home. What else do you want to do? I during COVID is when I got into helmets again, and freaking, as you can see behind me on the shelf, there's a ton of them up there.
You
know,
can't. You're blurred out, but yeah.
Oh man, but he's a COVID baby. What you say the drop was?
31.82%.
I like the dip. Like you said, he's not a bad quarterback.
No.
The team's just not carrying him like it used to. He doesn't look as comfortable back there as he used to, but I don't think that that's a sign of his actual like abilities. I think maybe they get another piece on an offensive line or two next year to give him a little bit more protection. Maybe get him another receiver other than freaking wow, brain dead.
Mike Williams, Keenan Allen, but Mike Williams is out for the
Yeah.
season with a ACL injury, and then
There you
Quinn
go.
Williams looks just like shit.
Yeah, so who's he throwing to? You know what I'm saying? Like he's got to stick with Eckler, and it's like that doesn't do anything for his fantasy, which I think a lot of people kind of look at fantasy production as like, okay, this
They
guy's
do.
good. So again, 66% completion rate, 20-6. You said touchdowns to interceptions, so he's not turning the ball over a lot. They're just not getting in positions to score. So, you got a 30% dip. I don't know if there's still maybe a little more room on the table because this season does not look like it's going the way they want it to go. Could you wait till closer to the end of the season, hope they don't make the playoffs, and maybe snag some stuff over in the offseason? Maybe. But yeah, I would definitely don't look at 34.99 and think it's ever getting back there again, because it's definitely not getting back there. But he has another breakout season next year. You get a card now for $800,000, $1,200. Could you make 15, 18 on it next year? I can see it happening.
So, what do you think?
Danish? No, there you said.
Oh, I think Justin Herbert's a great quarterback.
Wait.
I definitely think that dip is something that you should go chase out there 100%, because I definitely think he's going to have an upside.
Yeah.
He's definitely a quarterback that you can build around.
Yeah.
I mean it's there. He just needs help. Once he gets his help, I feel like the market for him is going to go back up for sure.
Sal, what's your opinion on Herbert?
I think he's awesome, man. I think he's got so much talent, man, that's just there. He's aggressive, ready to go. I mean, I'm definitely an investor in this guy. I will not give up on him. I think it's gonna pay out, man. Because there's a lot of talent there. He just doesn't have the team or the staff behind him, but I'm a believer in this kid.
Totally agree with you. Totally agree. So the other person I'm about to talk about, who is, I would say a lot of people are very high on right now, Jalen Hurts. His 2020 Silver Prism PSA 10 popped 267 in the last 6 months, has gone down minus 4.35% over the last 47 sales. Down 4%. I would consider that a healthy dip. I wouldn't read too much into that. The average in the time frame has been $938.60. The low has been $735.50. The current price is at $770. The high price in this time has been $1350. Jalen has thrown for 2697 yards with 18 touchdowns to 10 picks on 67% completion. He has 11 touchdowns on the ground with 410 rushing yards and 6 fumbles. With Jalen Hurts, that's a team that has the right coaching staff around them. They know exactly how to work around him. The whole entire tush push, whatever you think about it, all that stuff. He is in a system to succeed. At the price right now of $938, I think that's pretty high if you ask me. But I mean, if he wins a Super Bowl, that could probably go up back to that high of $1350, if not more. He's gonna bring it, in my personal opinion. They'll probably make another NFC championship. Are they gonna win it? Are they gonna win it all? I can't tell you that, but this Eagles team that I've seen, they're out for blood. But the thing that scares me the most about the Eagles, and I'm saying this as a Giants fan, when I watch the Eagles, they have not played up to their full potential yet. This team, they always in the first half, they're shit, and then the second half, they keep it rolling, they keep going. I feel like if this Eagles team goes on just a tear, I mean, they've been on each other, like whatever, they're 10-1. Still, this Eagles team's definitely they're elite. They are definitely elite. I would buy Hurts. I would buy Hurts, but you got to watch the price on Hurts because he might not make as much as you think you have. If you bought Hurts early, you're definitely sitting pretty.
Yeah, I mean, Hurts. I remember doing 2020 breaks, and people were like, "Yeah, Hurts will be all right." His rookie season was not that good, So they were like of the 5 quarterback teams that year, they were like the second or third from the bottom, right? People were paying more for Tua and Herbert and Burrow and everyone else. It was almost down there with Jordan Love. It's a couple bucks more than Jordan Love when we were doing 2020 breaks. Brandon Cooks touchdown. So, and myself and CK and Danish, as a company, we have a little bit of experience with a Jalen Hurts. 2 years ago, right before his injury, and I'm telling you, at the Philly show, 2 weeks before his injury, we picked up a sick PSA 10 downtown Jalen Hurts out of Optic. Totally got a great price on it, and we're like, man, we're gonna make some quick money. We're gonna flip this bad boy, get the card in hand, get it ready to go. Injury, literally sat in a car for a year and a half. Ended up selling it right before the Super Bowl, or right after the Super Bowl, actually. And yeah, ended up making a good little bit of money, but it did take some time. So again, Hurts, the value can hurt you. For some reason, Eagles fans, they're loyal, but they're way more loyal when the team's doing really, really good, and they will crap on their team when their team is doing bad. I don't know if you've ever been to an Eagles game in Philly, but man, those
I refuse to.
those
Will
guys will
Ferrell, I
murder
refuse
you
to.
as a fan. Like they're wild. So I think I would honestly, if you were like having me compare Hurts and Herbert, we're looking at two 2020 quarterbacks. I would have thought they'd have been a little closer at this point. So I do like the value, I guess, on Hurts. Again, he's a little bit more of a system quarterback, but he's got feet. He can run. He's a good all around quarterback. He's clean. And like you said, I don't think they're all the way. I don't think they're all the way to where they could be. They've got some ridiculous plays, tush push, brotherly shove, all that stuff is keeping them in these games. So I like it. Hurts, I could see me grabbing a silver prism if we get to say 650, 700 and hope that they make the playoffs and, make the Super Bowl and I get a G for it, $1,200 for it later. So
Sure.
yeah, I'm a
For
buyer
sure.
if there's a dip on Hurts for sure. I
Before
think
we
he's going to
get
make it.
yeah, before we get into sell, we have a couple of comments. Tony said on Thursdays, I'm thankful for starting DK Metcalf in fantasy. Yeah, no, he's going off right now. And then Todd said he got to a fist fight at Lincoln Financial Field, which really doesn't shock me because it's Lincoln Financial Field.
Yeah.
I don't doesn't shock me
It's a
one
way
bit.
of passage.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a way of passage. They're savages there. Yeah, Sal, what's your opinion on Jalen Hurts? I know you had that one Jalen that you're trying to sell.
Well, yeah, and I had it for a while, couldn't move it. I still have it. Right now, of course, I'm going to keep it because I don't know what's going to happen. But because they're playing very well right now, uh, very well. I love the wedgie push that they do on the end zone, and this guy is man, what can I say? He's dangerous. So like this Sunday when they play my 49ers, I'm going on my parlays on all on player stats. I'm not even going on if the Niners are going to beat that. Because if the Eagles start playing the way they play every fourth quarter, like very good, they might beat us. If they allow us to jump on the lead the first half, the way they've been doing, like they did this past week, they will not beat us, because we're not going to lie down like the other teams do. This is a dangerous player. Now, I'm glad I do have that auto, and I am going to keep it.
Agreed.
What do you think since we're on the subject, what do you think the key to your 49ers success is? Do you think it's the team unity, or you think it's individual players?
You know what, man? Believe it or not, I give the credit to Kyle. That guy is an offensive genius. He'll find a way to know how to use every player. If he can't beat you with this player, he'll find another player to beat you with. I give a lot of credit to the coach.
Yeah, no, totally agree with you. That dude is just an offensive mastermind. It's absolutely insane what he does, what he did with Purdy, just what he's done in general. What he makes the best of what he can get. He makes the best of what he can get. And then now we're gonna go off of football and we're gonna go into basketball. And this next player that I'm talking about, when I tell you these numbers, this is going to be a little bit shocking. These numbers. It's actually kind of insane if you ask me. We're talking about Tyrese Maxey, specifically the 2020 Silver Prism PSA 10 Pop 342. In the last 6 months, this card has gone up 133.15% over 51 sales. The average price in this time frame has been $238.70. The low on this card was $45. The current price is at $389. The high price being $450. He's been averaging 27 points a game, shooting 46.4% from the field, 39.6% from the three, 5.6 rebounds, 6.7 assists, and 0.8 steals a game. Tyrese Maxey is absolutely taking a second step after James Harden left the team, and he's our true number 2 behind Joel Embiid. I'm not a big fan of Joel Embiid. I think he's a flopper, but the numbers show Tyrese Maxey has been straight up balling. He's probably going to make a nice little all-star game, and this 133% increase has been straight warranted. Tyrese Maxey is that dude.
And this player, looking at the breaks 21, 22, like Philadelphia was still one of the bottom 10, price teams, that had rookies. People were like, "Yeah, cool, Tyrese Maxey, yay!" Like nobody really cared. This is what card breaking is all about, right? If you're the kind of guy that's like, "Man, I just want to collect. I got a little bit of faith in this guy. Let me just load him up, man." You probably could have loaded up on these. I mean, you could have gotten probably 6 or 7 half case breaks for the price of what this card is going for now, and you probably would have 6, 8, 10 of these on those breaks if you're doing, say, half cases of Prism and stuff like that. Still kind of at the tail end of the expensive boxes, but it's that was one of the ones like that. That's why you should never be scared to just say, you know what, I'm going to take a shot on this team, like Sal does every once in a while with the Cardinals, right? You got Michael. Was it Michael Moore, whatever this year?
No, Trey McBride. You're thinking about Trey McBride, that tight end.
Yeah, Trey McBride's good too. Another guy like your Cardinals in a third case of Domino's for $20.
Quarterback. Yeah, they got Clayton Tune, that quarterback.
Clayton Tune as well too.
Playing time.
Not yet, but again, in a year or two, who knows? If Kyler Murray goes down with a serious injury and whatever. I mean, who saw Tommy DeVito starting? You can't even get a Tommy DeVito card because nobody knew who this guy was. Same thing you kind of dealt with Sal with Purdy in the very beginning of the season, like in the first 5 or 6, I'd say 10 of the first 20 sets, he wasn't even in them, quote unquote, Mr. Irrelevant. And, then by the time you were finally getting him, the 49ers are priced to the moon, because he was starting. Like, if you taken the 49ers early, I remember, I think when we first started 2022, they were $70, $80 team, and they worked themselves up to like $250, $300 when you started getting these massive breaks. So again, these mid-level players or the guys that you think have a shot. That's what I love about breaks, man, is that's where you take the shots on these guys. You buy your singles for the ones have the upside. You go out and you buy your Herberts, you buy your Burrows, you buy your Tuas a couple years later. But if you're jumping in a break, if you're trying to collect a big guy, I get it. But take a big guy and take 2 small teams while you're at it, just to kind of give yourself a little bit of an insurance policy that you can at least try to hit something nice. And like I said, Tyrese Maxey, I'm going to look back through some old prison breaks for basketball. They were not an expensive team, and that guy that's sitting over there in the corner with 50 of these Tyrese Maxey Silvers is like laughing all the way to the bank. So these are the kind of teams you want to attack. The Thompson brothers in basketball, right? Like huge upside for those guys too. Like don't really know yet, but they look all right. They're past. Like Tristan would say, they passed the eye test. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I think with these. So I love to see it, Tyrese. Like you said, clear number 2 behind Joel Embiid. Philly looks like a good team this year again. So yeah, I mean, if you didn't buy it already, probably too bad, so sad, too late. Try to snag up some deals if you can find them, but you probably missed the boat on that one.
Sal, what do you think about Tyrese Maxey?
The kid is awesome, man. Since his rookie year, man, he was great. And what I do agree with Tom is a lot of the times in this hobby, I see several people, like, they'll join in a break, and then get that team trying to hit them. They don't hit them, and they give up. I'm proof of, you keep going, you get zero, no problem. You keep loyal, you keep at it, and at the end, eventually, like right now, I could look at what I've got, and I definitely got my money's worth, but and there's stuff there I haven't even gone back to check, that, because this guy, I know I've got several of his cards, that now that we know how, I just found out through you how expensive they're getting, I might have to go dig them up, but that's what the hobby's about, you keep going, collecting, and it's an investment.
Yep. Categorize your stuff, man. Categorize your stuff so you know where it's at when you want to go back for it.
I definitely got a Maxi hiding there somewhere.
Yeah, me too.
You know what? I feel like you do, because I know that one box of singles that I found some of my stuff in. I think you have like some Tyree. I think you do have some Maxi stuff in there. You definitely do.
One I had something.
Yeah, no, check that box that's underneath the table to the left of you. I'm pretty sure you got some Maxi stuff in there, bro. I'm like almost positive you have some Maxi stuff. And while we're going on, we're still talking about basketball. We're going to the other guy. This is somebody I wish I had. Don't have him. He's going to be out of my price range now. Jason Tatum. I'm a Lakers fan, but I respect game. Jason Tatum's him, bro. He's a dog. His 2017 Silver Prism PSA 10 pop 831 in the last 6 months has gone down 1.32% over 71 sales. Like I said, another healthy dip. The average price in this time has been $793, with the low being $685. The current price is $750, with the high being $110. Tatum this year has been lighting it up as well. He's been averaging 27.7 points a game on 49.4% from the field. He's been averaging 36.1 from the 3, with 8.8 rebounds, 4.1 assists, 1.1 steals a game, and 0.3 blocks. Tatum's that guy that's always going to get you those stats. He's always going to be that dog. He's always going to be taking those shots. He's the main guy out in Boston. I don't care what anyone says. He's a top 10 player in the league. He's him. And yeah, no, just to basically sum it all up, anything Tatum that you have, bro, you got to hold it, because this dude's going to win a championship, whether it's with the Celtics or wherever. He's just getting into his prime. He's only 25 years old. Tatum is a dog.
Yeah, I'm a big Sal's the Celtics fan. We'll let him lead.
Yeah, Sal, what's your Tatum opinion?
I agree 100%, man. But on you mentioning that it kind of it dropped a little, right? His card has dropped a little.
Yeah, only 1%, nothing too crazy.
Nothing too crazy, but I think I kind of see where, because this guy is just like Jaylen Brown. These two guys are a great team. They score, they can rebound, they could three-pointers. I mean, they are awesome. The one thing they have, they turn over the ball a lot. They get a little crazy with it, and I think that's the only thing that affects Tatum, is that towards the end he gets a little bit crazy, a little bit wild, trying to do a little too much. He needs to control that if he wants to get to where he wants to.
No, totally agree. I mean, with with Tatum, like you said, over the last few months, it's 1%. The market knows what they're getting, right? It is what it is at this point. The dips or the jumps are going to be based off of injuries or playoff runs, to be honest with you, at this point. As you can see, what I would consider the season market or the flat market is 1% over 6 months. That just means everybody agrees. Yep, that card's worth that much. You know what I'm saying? And you just got to find the guy that says, okay, well, it's worth a little bit more than that to me. You know, the Sal's, the big Celtics fans of the world, but the guys that are collecting players and not really a team guy that just collect players. Yeah, Tatum's in their top 25, probably people that they want to have in their back pocket. Again, probably a person. I mean, he's still 5 seasons in 2017, 2018, something like that, right?
2017 draft with Lonzo.
Yeah. So you're looking at probably a first ballot Hall of Famer in 15 years, probably, especially if they win a championship or something like that, for sure. So yeah, if you got it, hold it. You know, you want to free up some cash, no matter when you sell it, unless it's during one of those hypey periods. You know what you're going to get for it. It's going to sell. It's going to sell for a nice price, and you're going to be happy regardless.
Agreed. Yeah, going into comments before we go into our hits of the week. Nathan said Hendon Hooker may be that guy to sit on. You know what? I don't hate it. I think Goff's going to be taking care of that team for about another at least year or two. So Hendon Hooker may be the guy to sit on. And Todd said Sal got him. Yeah, Sal definitely does have some Tatums in the vault.
Oh yeah, definitely. I wouldn't sit on Hendon Hooker. I'd probably let a Hooker sit on me.
What about Stetson Bennett? Another one of those guys that you might see get some playing time eventually in a year or two.
Stetson Bennett, I would say yes, but the problem is that he would have already gotten a start this year, but he is away from the teams. From my understanding, from what I've read, he's been going through, alcohol or those type of problems. But Stetson Bennett's a little bit of a harder one to gauge for me personally. I'm just gonna stay away with the off the field issues. I already saw it with Johnny Manziel. I wasn't collecting cards by then, but I saw it with Johnny Manziel. That stuff usually creeps back around you for the most part for athletes I've realized, unless it's like Darren Wall. You know, there's a couple, but it's too risky of an investment for Stetson Bennett, in my personal opinion.
I mean, the great thing about them is, again, that the prices come down. So if there is a shot, you know what I'm saying? And if you do have a series that has Puka in it, it's like a little consolation prize if you get your Puka, or you don't get a Puka, but you get a Stenson. I know you got a couple Stensons. You hit, I think, Gold Standard. I think you hit one or two. Browns fans, Todd Messer, you bastard.
Mark said, just getting on. What am I missing? Mark, what are we missing? We got Sal the Pal on our podcast as the first guest ever, bro. Shout out Mark the Shark. We're going to get you on here too, bro. We're going to get Mark on here.
Mark 100%. The Shark.
Mark the Shark.
Go Lions.
Go Lions. Go Lions. That's what we're talking about right now. We're talking about the Lions a little bit too. Oh, man, that's funny. All right, we're going to go right into our top 5 hits of the week. We're going to go into our NFL picks, and then we're going to get off of here. All right, so at number 5, this was for Tony out of our Card Breakers Light. This was the Travis Kelce rookie auto out of $3.99. Absolute sick card. Travis Kelce, the greatest tight end of all time, the second greatest, whatever you want to say. I probably got him at second greatest right now. Give him another season or two. You might get to the greatest for me. Just an absolute sick card. Anything rookie Travis Kelce is hot, especially because he's dating Taylor Swift. You can get the Taylor Swift tax on there too. So you can sell him for a little bit more, in my personal opinion. At number 4, we have the Jamar Chase Spectra RPA. That's our boy Phil. Shout out Phil and Jenny. This is also another one of the cases out of the Card Breaker Lights. Anything Spectra I like. It was a PSA 9. PSA 9 Spectra is honestly a really good grade. It's hard to gem mint 10 these cards. A Spectra gem mint 10, if you're looking at those are usually pretty big money cards. This is a nice 2-window patch. Dope. And at number 3, we have some baseball. Mike Trout base relic out of 10 on the museum collection for Drew.
Such a sick card.
Such a sick card. What I like about these Topps cards is that you have the little You have the little MLB patch on there, so you can actually check from which game this base was used. I like that as opposed to Panini. I think that shit's dope. I think it's great. At number 2, late addition here, very, very late addition to the top 5. Second year, 2019 select Lamar Jackson patch auto out of 3 for Todd the Bod.
Yes,
This
sir.
card was absolutely
Insane.
crazy, bro. Yeah, no, this is probably one of the best hits out of the whole entire hit parade series. That one was fire. But at number 1, this card was so fire, we had to throw him on a goddamn podcast. Corbin Carroll Gold Egg Border out of 10 Museum Collection Auto.
Boom!
Let's go. Sal, how happy are
Number
you about this
1.
card, bro?
That was my ticket for the invite, man. Thanks a lot.
You said, fine, I'll do the show. You
Something I
guys
gotta
finally
do it.
hit me my Corbin. Tony Housley said he's going to sell that Travis Kelce to a 13-year-old girl that's never watched football in her life, but is a huge Taylor Swift fan.
Shout out to Tony, bro. That is goddamn. That is smart. That is great. Yeah, Mark said
Shout out to Tony. What's up, Tony?
Yeah, Nick said that was a sick card. Yeah, no, that was that card was sick.
I wonder how much a Travis Kelce card would go if they had Taylor Swift's like lipstick on it. You know,
Bro.
It was either like
Bro.
like this card.
Bedroom used,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, he said bedroom
priceless
used.
card,
Goddamn, bro. I know it's getting late, but you're getting a little bit crazy out here. Bedroom used. Yeah, no, Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift card. Yeah, that shit might be over like $500-600. That would be.
bro, I'm waiting for somebody to try some shit like that, bro. It's not that far away. Once everybody knows, okay, this is serious. Like,
oh no, they're pretty serious, bro. He's like pulling to
Seems that
Argentina for his shows. They're pretty damn serious.
Yeah, man. She's shouting him out mid concert. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get off Taylor Swift though. Let Travis
Yeah,
Kelce be out there.
Yeah, let Travis Kelce have his let him have his shine. So for NFL picks of the week, I actually have to go to my other Google Doc because I messed up and I thought I had it in this one and I did not. For my pick of the week, I already know Sal's gonna go with his 49ers, so I don't even think we have to ask him, right, Sal?
You know what, my friend? I'm not gonna guess on that one, but I've got another prediction I'm gonna go with. I think the Cardinals are gonna beat Pickett.
You know what's funny as shit? You know what's funny? I just looked at my picks and I picked the Steelers over the Cardinals.
Ooh.
I have a buddy that's going to that game. I think the Steelers could do it. They fired Matt Canada. They actually kind of look a little bit confident. So
I think the Cardinals are going to pull an upset there.
I think it's going to be a very interesting game, to say the least.
Yeah, I think the Broncos are taking it. As much as I hate this, pains me to finally say this. I think the Broncos are going to take down the Texans at home. Give me the Broncos money line plus 3.5. I'm getting plus 142 on DraftKings.
Wow.
I take that. I still can't believe
Russ came back. That's all I got to say.
He did. Good. I'm just really racking my brain of how DraftKings is making Philly a 3-point dog at home. Like, that's a tough pill to swallow. That's why I'm staying away from this one because it smells like a trap. Like I don't know if I could go there. I think if I'm building my multi-team parlay, I'm skipping that game altogether too, just like Sal. I'm not playing Vegas. I'm playing my parlay, not Vegas. And it's yeah, man. Ooh, Nathan Heaney's pick of the week. He said Packers upset the Chiefs Sunday night in Lambeau. I could see that.
You know what? It's possible. I'm actually going to the Giants-Packers game Monday night. So you know what? Let them upset the Chiefs and actually no, let them lose to the Chiefs so they come to the Giants state, so they come to MetLife and just be all pissed off and beat us. I want Jane Daniels. I want Jane Daniels. That's my quarterback of the future.
Too late. What about you, Danish? What's your pick of the week, bro?
I'm thinking the Broncos are going to beat the Texans.
Yeah, I agree.
You think
that's my pick. I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it, but I'll take it.
Yeah. I really do. I think they're
Interesting.
I think they're in a groove right now. I think
Two of the
developers are in
same
a
and
groove.
two head to head. That is very interesting to say the least.
Yes.
That is definitely interesting. All right, guys, that's going to wrap it up for the show. Shout out to Sal for coming on here and being our first guest. He is the man, the myth,
Shout out
the
Sal,
legend, Sal the Pal. If you're watching on YouTube, please give us a like and subscribe. That will help us a lot. If you are not in the Facebook group, look down on the link below. You can join there. And if you want to join on the breaks and, you're not on Facebook, card-breakers.com. We also put the breaks up on there as well. So,
Yep.
and the breaks are simulcast live on the YouTube. From me, from Tom, from Sal, from Danny, peace out, Card Breaker Nation.
Peace.